Hey everyone, welcome to Cinemax Recap. Today I will explain the 2009 British fantasy film, Skellig. This video tells the story of a young boy who is quite worried about his newborn baby sister's health. In desperation, he asks for help from a creature, but the creature refuses to help him. Will he be able to save his baby sister? Is that creature a good being or a demon, or will it help Michael in saving his sister? Let's find out in Skellig. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more like this content. Spoilers ahead. The movie begins with a young boy named Michael, a young boy who has just moved into a new house with his family. The atmosphere is tense as they settle into their new surroundings, with boxes stacked up in an air of uncertainty due to their upcoming move and Michael's mother's pregnancy. Both of Michael's parents, Louise and Michael's father, are fully engaged and ecstatic about the imminent arrival of their new child. Consequently, they are not giving much focus to young Michael. As a result of this, young Michael is very irritated. Meanwhile, at the school, Michael faces the challenges of making friends and fitting in. However, Michael's classmates tease him a lot, and because of his acrophobia, which means Michael is afraid of heights, he is not able to jump from the swimming platform. Soon a boy is shown who is Mitchell's friend, and he is the one who saved Mitchell when all the boys were bullying him. Sometime later, Michael is eating his lunch when he sees a cute little mouse. He gets very curious after seeing it and starts chasing it, and soon he ends up reaching a shed of a nearby house. Just when Michael enters the shed, he starts to feel very strange, and soon out of nowhere, he begins hearing some voices. This scares Michael, so he runs toward his house while being scared. Michael tells his mother about this incident, but at that time the condition of Michael's mother is very critical. At the hospital, Michael's mother gives birth to a premature baby girl. And despite everything, Michael is very happy when he sees his newborn sister. Some days later, Michael decides to ask his neighbors about the shed, and he ends up getting some information about it from a kid from his neighborhood. Michael befriends his next-door neighbor, Mina, an intelligent and unconventional girl who prefers the company of birds and books to that of other children. Mina shares her knowledge of birds with Michael, teaching him about their migratory patterns and the importance of observing their behavior. As their friendship blossoms, Mina discovers Michael's secret about the mysterious creature he found in the garage. As Michael enters the shed and goes a bit further, he notices a strange man who was inside the shed. And when Michael sees the man appeared to be very sick and impoverished. Michael is shocked after seeing the man, so he goes back to his home and he tells his father about the man that he found inside the shed. So Michael goes to his friend and tells his friend about the man that he found in the shed. But his friend, on the other hand, is very serious about his swimming competition and doesn't want to get involved in anything else. So he leaves after telling Michael that he should join the competition. Sometime later, Michael decides to visit the man who was in the shed, and when he goes back and meets the man, Michael offers to help that man, but that man rejects his offer. On the next day, Michael visits the hospital to meet his parents and his newborn baby sister. But here it is revealed that the condition of that newborn baby is quite critical. Soon Michael meets an old lady in the hospital, who after seeing Michael in tension, decides to help him, and she starts talking to him. Michael tells the old lady about his baby sister's condition, and during the conversation, the old lady gives Michael a grape and tells him not to worry, everything will be fine. At night, food gets delivered to Michael's home, and Michael decides to give leftover food to that poor man who lives in the shed. When Michael goes to the shed and gives food to that man, the man happily eats the food. While he is eating, Michael notices something strange on the back of that man. He sees small wings on that man's back. The next day, when Michael goes to the hospital, he again meets that old lady, and this time Michael tells her about the man that he met in the shed. The old lady tells Michael that he should help that man. She again gives Michael a grape, and soon Michael's baby sister comes home. Because of this, Michael becomes happy seeing his sister, and while being happy, he brings food and medicines for that man so he will be fine. Soon the man starts recovering with the help of the medicine. And one day, Michael was playing with his friend, when suddenly he realizes something bad has happened in his house. As he runs towards his house, he discovers that his baby sister is not well, so she was taken to the hospital in an emergency. Michael once again becomes depressed, and this time, he becomes aggressive, and he takes his anger out on the bushes. The strange man also understands Michael's depression. Meanwhile, Michael's neighbor arrives, and to make Michael feel better, she takes him to the lake, where there was an old tower near that lake. Soon Michael's neighbor starts talking to him. Michael feels good due to it, and soon Michael discovers that his sister has a heart problem, and because Michael couldn't do anything to save his sister, that's why he used to stay upset all the time. He has a hope maybe the strange man can help him in all this, so he goes to the man and tells him everything about his sister, and Michael asks him to make his sister fine. Michael says to that man that he knows that the man has some powers by using which he can make everything fine. After hearing this, the man declares that all humans and animals, whether older or younger, have to die. And he further says that he can't help Michael in saving his sister. After hearing this, Michael becomes furious and leaves. The next day, Michael makes his neighbor meet that man. The girl becomes curious to see that man and asks who was he. They move to break into the shed, but Michael jumps on his bed and falls from the roof, and like this, he stops his father to go into the shed. The next day, Michael again meets the old lady, and the old lady notices Michael is worried, so she encourages Michael to fight the difficulties of life. The doctors say that the baby girl has a heart problem and it has no treatment. When Michael's father was cleaning the house at night, he again goes to remove the shed, but this time he doesn't stop even after being stopped. Michael takes the man out from the burning shed and he hides the man in the tower with the help of his neighbor. Michael and his neighbor collect the food items and move to help the poor man because the man was being taken care of, he was recovering. Later, the man tells them that his name is Skellig and he is a creature, and he is not a human, and he has been here since humans first appeared on the planet. He also shows them his wings, which were broken, and Skellig was healing gradually. One day, Michael's hands were burnt when he saved Skellig from the fire. Later, Skellig holds Michael and his neighbor's hand and they start flying in the air because of it. Michael and the girl make Skellig's wings clean. They make him look good. Michael and his neighbor leave from there. Michael notices the burnt marks on his hands were healed, which means Skellig is a magical creature and he was depressed and worried due to being alive for a long time. This is the reason why he stays quiet. He doesn't see any hope in his life, and he doesn't believe in him. Soon it was Michael's sister's operation. The next day he asked for help from Skellig, reaching him immediately. He says to Skellig to please make his sister fine, but Skellig says that he can't help him. With this being the case, upset Michael moves to the hospital to meet the old lady, and here he discovers the old lady died yesterday night. Michael remembers what the old lady has said. She said that if he is a good person, then good things will happen to him. She also told him that he should never forget his humanity. Michael again goes to Skellig to ask for help from him to save his sister with his magic. Meanwhile, Michael's friend lost a competition at school because Michael did not attend. He was frustrated and angry, so in anger, he searches for Michael. Soon he notices Michael, who is going near the tower. Being furious, he comes to Michael to ask what is in that tower. But Michael was running out of time, so he says to him that Michiel will tell everything to that boy later. Michael tells him that his sister is in the hospital and she needs him. Eventually, Michael's friend leaves and once again Michael arrives and meets Skellig. He says to Skellig that he is a good creature, so he will help Michael to save Michael's sister. Skellig again refuses and says that he can't help Michael. But according to Michael, this was not the case. Michael says that the world is based on faith and hope, and he will bring back Skellig's faith to life even though Michael is scared of heights because of his phobia. He moves to the top of the tower, and in hope that Skellig will save him, Michael jumps from the top of the tower. Skellig, after seeing this, is worried and scared for Michael, so he spreads his wings and jumps off to save Michael. After saving him, they fly over from the upside of the lake. Now the small boy has revived the man. Michael gave Skellig hope that there are many people in this world who need Skellig's help. After hearing this, Skellig started to feel and see life like how he used to see it at one point. And as they have been flying for a long time in the sky, Michael falls asleep. While putting Michael in a safe place, Skellig goes to the hospital to see Michael's sister. By using his magic, Skellig puts Michael's mother to sleep, and with the help of his magic he lives the baby girl. And after using his magic, he cures the little girl. The next day, Michael's neighbor comes to Michael's house and she awakes him and tells him about his sister. He at once runs to see his sister, and seeing his sister's healthy, his eyes were filled with tears of happiness and joy. Michael knows this happened because of Skellig's help, and his parents were also happy. So Michael gives his sister the name of the old lady, and he will never forget the person who instilled faith and hope in him and encouraged him to help others. Now Michael's family was happy, and Michael meets his friend and he clears all the misunderstandings, but that he also apologizes to him. Meanwhile, Michael and his neighbor again go to meet Skellig. This time, they thank Skellig for curing Michiel's sister while giving him his favorite wine and food. Skellig tells them now it's time for him to leave, and because Michael has given him courage, he is going to help the people who require his help. With the support of his parents, Michael and Mina successfully transport Skellig to his new sanctuary. They release him into the night sky, where he soars freely, bathed in moonlight. It is a bittersweet farewell, as Michael and Mina realize that Skellig's time with them has come to an end. However, they are left with a newfound sense of hope and gratitude for the extraordinary experiences they shared. With this happy ending, this lovely film comes to an end. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Comment what you think I should recap next, and I'll see you in the next video.